Hey folks, well, I got to this. No sun today, just like yesterday is why I stopped. But I did pick up my resin curing UV bulb, so I'm going to try it for the first time. This has been sanded, um, cleaned off with naphtha type stuff, and gone over with a tack rag. So we're going to give this a try. I really have no idea how this is going to turn out, but let's go for it. By the way, the first coats were with the Solarez grain sealer filler. Now I'm cutting right to the super clear gloss finish, and let's see what happens here. And applying it with a makeup pad, which I need to buy a bunch of these. And the instructions say basically the first coat not too thick, and you want to put it on with long strokes and then do like a crosshatch type pattern. I don't know. They say it'll self-level out, but I'm not so sure. We'll see what happens. I may end up putting this on thicker than what they recommend, because I don't know. This just doesn't look like it's going to flow and self-level like they say it does. Could be wrong, but I don't know. Plus, if I put it on thick, it'll be a good test for my lights, my light bulb. See if that works. Let me get inside these route outs first. And this stuff does sand, so once it's cured, so incredibly nice and easy that any lumps and stuff in here will be easily taken care of when I go to sand it before buffing, which is something I can't wait to do because I get to try my new buffing system set up out in the shed. Now, if this dries okay and turns out all right, I'll probably just cut to the last coat and then the buffing, then start putting this thing together. I'm still waiting on my tuners. My black Grover tuners were out of stock. I think that's the only thing I'm waiting for. Yeah, I think that's the only thing I'm waiting for to finish this one up. Did I get you? Okay. Like I say, they say give this, before you put it under the sun or this here bulb, 5 minutes to self-level. But I know with the grain sealer filler, it really didn't level itself that great. Now they say you can do a trick, put it in a microwave for like 5 seconds, and it thins it out like water, and it'll level better. And if this doesn't level out, which I'm not expecting it to level out like glass, that's for sure. But I'll give the microwave thing a try if this turns out like not good. I did notice air bubbles in this one. A little bit, I think a little bit more than the last one, but I might be wrong. I might be just imagining that. Getting any big blobs, or giant blobs, that I see. And I should have done just the back. And so see how that worked out, but you know what? Sometimes I just dive into things without thinking. Do. Maybe I'll add some music to this so it's not boring after I put this into my video editing stuff. If I do, it'll be at the beginning of this, so this won't make sense because you'll be hearing music before I say I'm putting it on, but oh well. I don't think any of you fully watch any of my videos anyway. Couple spots right there, really soaking it in. So that tells me that I'm going to have to cure this and sand it and do a few more coats than I was hoping to do. Because, I don't know, it's still soaking in. Which tells me that it might have got sanded a bit too much after the last coat and took the Solarez off and back down to just stain on the last go around. That's what I think it's trying to tell me here. And this back area here just seems to be drinking it in. And yeah, this bulb too, if you have UV, like UV blocking sunglasses, that'll work. They make special glasses, of course, but they want to charge you a fortune for it, but I forgot my UV blocking sunglasses upstairs. So if any folks go to do this, do not look at the light bulb. It's actually like radiation is what it is. It's emulating the sun. And you all know you're not supposed to stare at that, right? Just quick check the back and the sides. For any big blobbage. Because I know some of it must have ran down. See, the back's taking it in pretty consistently and evenly compared to that spot on the back up top, which tells me, like I said, there's a little spot there, which tells me, like I said, that it got sanded a little bit too much. Oh. All right. It's another cool thing about this stuff is these gloves with the stuff that's on my fingers, as well as what's in that container there. This stuff will stay uncured and ready for the next use for months. As long as sunlight or this lamp doesn't hit it, this will not cure. It'll stay good to go. So I got to put this somewhere where that UV light is not going to hit it while it's curing, because that would be not good. I'd waste a whole lot of that stuff. So anyway, all right, I'm just going to hit it and spin it around a little bit to try to get to start setting in, and I'm going to leave it more than the 2 minutes they say or whatever, because I haven't used this. I can't see this being as strong as the sun and curing it as good as the sun does, so we'll see. Anyway, all right, here we go. And the light is on. Well, I can actually read the other one in with it, the fluorescent. So like I said, I'm just going to kind of do a little bit here and there just to get to start curing. And then I'm going to spin it, leave it, go upstairs, grab a cigarette, go out on the deck, have a smoke, and I'll come back down, spin it, and just do that a few times. Actually, it just doesn't look so bad. I think this is too low, though, because it's not getting the whole body. What can I do about that without dropping shit into it? I wish I would have thought this out a little bit better. Well, is what it is. I'm gonna have to come up with a permanent rigging of the light solution anyway. Or you know what I can do is do the quick spinning around in all the areas like this. Even if this takes me 5-10 minutes, and have to come back and do it again, it's still better than waiting like 72 hours to before I can sand the first coat of any lacquer or poly I've been using. So on a regular Strat or any flat guitar, this would be so much easier and faster too, but those route outs are tricky. So that's almost about this. If I remember, I'll whittle this video down to, edit it, cut some parts out or speed it up or whatever, just to make them not so long. I do believe that it's curing. And to clean this stuff up, like I got some of them a little on my fingers. It's under the light, it hardened, it cured. Well, if you get it before it's under light, sunlight or this bulb, this will come off with nail polish remover. Pretty cool. You know, I always get tempted. That shit's hard already. That shit is cured. That's wow. Holy crap. Alrighty. Well, you know what? I'm gonna leave it in there under the light, go out on the deck and have a smoke, and come back and spin it and let it cure more anyway. But it look at that. It's hard. Well, anyway, go have a smoke. I'll come back and spin it around, like I said, just to be sure. Then this will get sanded, another coat, sanded. We'll see how that is. If that's enough, then out to buff it out on my new buffer. GoPro, stop recording. All right. It's been, I guess, about, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes since the segue from the last portion of this video when I went out to have a smoke. Tell you what, I don't even have to spin anymore. This entire thing is cured, like ready for wet sanding. I mean, of course, there's a little bit of, there's imperfections, but that's same with the poly and the lacquer. You gotta wet sand it to get a great finish on it and then buff it. But this thing is ready. So, make short of this, I'm going to wet sand this and see possibly another coat, but I don't know. This looks like it may be just in need of a wet sand and then buffed out. And the wet sand will consist of 3 different grits before the buffing compounds and stuff out in the shed on my new thing. It'll be 1500 wet sanded, dry it off, have a look at it, which I don't have to, but anyway, then 2000 grit, then 3000 grit, all wet sanded, and I'll clean it off with the naphtha tack rag and go hit the buffing wheel. So the next video you see of this particular guitar here should be either the final wet sand the results of the final wet sand or out to the shed being buffed. If I do have to put another coat on, there's no sense in me making you watch me put the shit on and sand it off again. That doesn't, waste time. I'm sure you're probably bored anyway. So anyway, but listen, do me a favor. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll put the link once again. So far, one person has subscribed, and that's Scotty. Now, it helps me out because it'll get other people that watch YouTube, it'll get them to see the videos, which will help me promote these guitars. And when I say subscribe, it doesn't cost any money. It's free. It's like liking something or following something on Facebook. So there's no money involved, and I'd really appreciate it. It'd help me out. So I'll pop the link again, and thanks. I'll see you next time with this GoPro. Stop recording. GoPro, stop recording.